Hello, Nintendo Wii here, welcome back to Let's Play Retro Games. And welcome to my review of this thing here, the PSVR. So I'm going to do the entire video with this thing on my head. Not really, but here is my review of the PlayStation VR. I've had this system for a few months now, and even now, every single time I put this headset on, I'm just amazed at just how immersive the whole thing is. It's really, really crazy. And you have to see it to believe it. Watching videos just does not do it justice. I have to say that now. There's a huge difference between hearing someone talk about it, watching gameplay, and actually putting the thing on yourself, and just experiencing the whole 360 field of view that you get with this. It really is incredible. And just for you guys out there who are thinking that this is a big step down from the Vive, I've played Vive, I've played Oculus, and I've played PSVR, and honestly, I am not disappointed in the slightest with what the PSVR has to offer. Obviously, the games aren't quite as high fidelity as they could be on the Vive, but for what you're getting, if you've got PS4 or if you've got PS4 Pro, you will not be disappointed if you get this. So with that out of the way, here's a few games that I've got for the system, and I'm going to share my impressions of them. So the first one we have here is Resident Evil 7. I haven't got too far in VR yet. I've played the game all the way through normally, and from what I've played so far in VR, it's really, really immersive, and I can't wait to get further into the game. I'm actually waiting to play it for a bit because I've just got a PS4 Pro, and the graphics on the original PS4 were a bit fuzzy, and I'm very happy to say that with the Pro, the graphics have improved a lot. Everything is so much clearer overall. So I'm really looking forward to getting stuck into Resident Evil 7 in VR. I'll update you with my impressions of it when I've got a bit further into the game. The next game here, I picked this one up because it's just got an update with VR compatibility, and it is incredible. This is one of the best experiences in VR that I've had to date. It really feels like you're sitting in the cockpit. You can look around at all the controls and stuff, and the sense of speed and the sense of scale, it's just simply lost for words. If you've got PSVR, you need to get Wipeout Omega Collection. It's unbelievable, it really is. And like I said at the start, gameplay and video does not do it justice. Next up, a very recent VR game that's just came out. This is The Inpatient. A sort of prequel to Until Dawn. This one sees you in an insane asylum and you actually play as the guy, and you walk around, and just like the other games, it's got loads of different choices. I did play through the game all in one go, and it was really good. It's not the best game ever, it's quite slow and there's not really that much to interact with, but as a story experience I definitely recommend The Inpatient. I picked up this game with the actual aim controller and I was not disappointed. This is Farpoint. The game itself is just a kind of basic first-person shooter, but just having the experience of putting that headset on and walking around in an alien planet, blasting away all these different alien creatures, these giant spiders and cockroaches and things, is simply incredible, and there's a nice story that plays out all the way through as well. I won't go into any details because I just want this to be a quick overview sort of video. But I have to say that when my girlfriend first put it on, I said, "Oh, don't worry about this bit of the game. I'm at the start. Nothing bad's going to happen." So she was walking along. Wow, this is really cool. Checking out the scenery. Suddenly, a group of spiders came in, and one of them jumped in her face, and she just screamed and took the headset off and has not put it back on since. So I really enjoyed that moment. But for me, I'm really enjoying the game. I've got quite far in it. I haven't quite finished it yet, but I will definitely go back and finish it. And I love the aim controller as well. It's really responsive and it just feels really cool. It may not look cool, but it definitely feels cool. So I'm really, really happy with Farpoint. Probably my favourite game in VR so far. And my second favourite game in VR, and one that you need the Move controllers for, so I was really happy to pick up the Move controllers. This one was a recommendation to me from Game Telford, so thanks guys, you're an amazing game shop, and you have a fantastic Twitter as well. Super Hot VR, what can I say about this game? It's really, really unique. Every time you move, time in the game moves, but as soon as you stop, everything freezes. It's really stylized, it's completely white graphics with red enemies. You have hundreds of different weapons to choose from. Everything is completely motion based with the Move controllers. It's just so cool, and it makes you feel so cool while you're playing it as well. I have completed it, and I tried doing some of the extra challenges, but they're just impossible. One of them, the game plays in full speed, which was just insane, and I didn't manage to get anywhere. So definitely recommend Super Hot VR if you've got PSVR. And it's also fairly cheap. It's not a full price game, so definitely one of my favourite games on the system so far. And the last game I'm going to talk about here, and the first game that I tried actually. When I first tried it, I was kind of taken aback by just how crazy VR is. This is Dirt Rally. I picked this one up because I know it's the entire game. I was weighing up my options, do I get Dirt Rally or do I get GT Sport? But apparently that's not the full game in VR, whereas this is. And oh my god, what an experience. I actually got my dad to come around and play it as well, and he absolutely loved it. I'd really love to get a steering wheel so I could play this with the full VR experience with the headset, with the steering wheel, but even so, just with the controller, it's just mind-blowing just how crazy it looks when you're driving around. So that's just some of the games I've got. Obviously there's a lot more games that I actually want for the system. So one of the games that I'm really looking forward to picking up in the future is Res VR. I love Res on the Dreamcast and the PS2, and I think it would be incredible to play it in VR. I can just imagine it now, all the crazy psychedelic backgrounds flying past. That would be so cool. Another two games that are fairly similar are Polybius, made by Jeff Minter, the guy who's famous for the Tempest 2000 series. That game looks really crazy as well, and it's just as psychedelic with all the crazy colours flying past. And the third game that I'm also looking to get in that sort of similar style is Thumper. It's out on the Switch, I know, but I think it'd be really cool in VR. You're flying through the tracks, you have to sort of hit the sides and time the music, it just looks really fun. So I'm definitely going to pick them up at some point off the store. And there's a few more games I want on there as well, such as Accounting Plus. I watched someone do a Let's Play of Accounting Plus on the Vive, and it's just hilarious. So I definitely want to play through that game for myself at some point. And one game that I'm really looking forward to, which just came out on the Vive, but unfortunately it's not out yet on PSVR, but I know it will be in the future, and it looks amazing, and I'm really into music rhythm games, so I'm super looking forward to Beat Saber. I'm sure you've seen loads of videos of it online, and I can't wait to play it myself. And fingers crossed at E3 this year, Sony shows off some more exclusive games for PSVR. So I highly recommend the system. Thank you very much for watching. This was just a quick video to show you my impressions of PSVR. I'll see you again next week. Don't forget to check out my Patreon in the description. Comment some of your favourite games below if you've got any recommendations for me. I'd love to check them out. So thanks very much for watching. I'll see you next week. Goodbye.